A note on Hands Over the City. This is a very, very good film. 1963, Italian, but with Rod Steiger. Rod Steiger is not just an outstanding, fabulous actor, one of the very best. In the Heat of the Night, of course, and The Pawnbroker, and so many more. And this is exactly the point. It's We're talking of an actor with the highest Kevin Bacon coefficient. At one point, they have tried to establish a network figure to see which are the actors that are most connected and what are the implications. And Kevin Bacon was studied, used as a reference point, and he has many connections with many actors. That is, he has been in many films, establishing a direct contact with so many, and then this multitude of contacts made it so that he was connected by a second degree with so many, and so he was considered maybe the one who's most connected. But then it proves that Rod Steiger has the most connections, the highest number in this sense, which translates into, or it's explained by what? By the fact that he's been present in so many films of so varied domains, comedy, he could do anything, and fabulous actor. Here, he's Eduardo Notola, a negative, bad guy, so to say. Even if not completely, he's not 100%. There is challenge inside. I would say he's not altogether complex. He's not halfway. I mean, he has a dark side and a good side, and that makes him average. No, he is a bad guy because he's responsible ultimately for the death of at least two people. At the beginning of the film, we see that, and mutilation of a child. Albeit not directly, he's not a satrap, he's not a killer. He didn't do that, he didn't order that, but he is a construction magnate. He has a construction business, and in order to build quickly, to make money, profit, to develop, they don't obey many rules. And in this instance, they were demolishing a building where they wanted to build a new construction, and the building next to this demolishing area collapsed on account of the tremors and the big impact next to the too close to these people. Collapsed, two died, and one child, young boy, lost his legs. And that's creating, of course, a lot of protests. There's a political crisis. This is also a film about politics, about how they pay to get approval, how the officials, the councillors of the city get bribes. They have a special funding, but they have to face this dilemma. The elections are closed, so what do? If they stick with this guy, they may lose the election, and they try and explain this to Eduardo Notola too. But if he's pushing them too far, which he's doing, in fact, they may lose. If they break up with him, they may lose an important source of money, and he's pointing that out. He says most of that. So in fabulous tirades and wonderful dialogues and lines, Robert Steiger is penetrating, is indeed showing a bit of the positive side that I tried to point out at the beginning. He is an evil guy, but on the other hand, For instance, he's taking one of his opponents, a leftist, into one of his buildings and says, "You look at the slums there. They have no water. They have nothing. They live in misery. And here, look, electricity. See, this is a toilet. They have plumbing, water, clean, everything. You don't want them to live like that." And in a speech in the assembly, local assembly, he's also pointing that out. He says, well, you want them to continue to stay in those slums. You oppose demolishing and my buildings and other new terminal projects because you want these people to live like that, so that you can use your propaganda on them. So in the sense of trying to build something new, decent, salubrious homes, apartments for people, that's positive. Well, doing this no matter what and stumbling upon corpses, so to say, is another matter. Of course, that's not acceptable in any way. It's condemnable. So there's a fight, and within his own party, because he says, no, I want to be a counselor. And the leader of his party in the council says, no, we cannot go together because we lose votes. We all lose. Don't you understand? Step aside a little. Do something to show that that you care. That something that will convince voters, and then we'll continue like before. And indeed, in the assembly, they try all sorts of measures. There's a motion to reject Eduardo Notola because he doesn't have the probity, the ethical standing to be there. But his supporters reject that. So we have to see what happens in what is a wonderful political drama, personal enmity. Very good film.